I'm Val Dragon, and I'm 75 years old. I retired from teaching in 2019, and we've lived in the Shire of Stirling for over 40 years. From the time we migrated, we've always been in either the Balga for a few years, and then here in Hammersley on Belvedere Road for about 46 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And where did you migrate from?
Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
So we've come from Singapore. My daughter was 6 years when we came, and my other two children were born here.
Mm-hmm.
So, my eldest daughter is a yoga teacher, and my second daughter is a school teacher, and she has a gym. And my baby, my son, who's 32, he is a music conductor, and he lives in Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So teaching kind of runs in the family, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right. We're all sort of got to do something with teaching and education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions when you first came here with the 6-year-old in tow?
Well, when we first came, we lived with our mum for a few months, and then we moved into our home in Belga. And, it was pretty hard at first. I taught for a few months in a school in Nollamara, Catholic school in Nollamara. Then I went back to college for 3 years. And so it was pretty hard, My husband worked in the bank in Singapore, but when he came here, he couldn't get a job, so he did like carpet laying. He worked in the brewery for many years. That's where he made his mark, in the brewery. So it was pretty hard. He worked hard, for the kids, to give them a good education. And they all went to school in the area in Nollamara, except for my son, who went to school where I taught in Claremont, because that's what the girls said. He's got to go to your school, Mum. So, they were the boss, so he went there. But it was pretty good, living in the area. We really liked it, I don't think we really got much involved with the community, because when you work from morning till night, and Mum looked after the children, and then we took them home, so but we sort of got used to the Australian way of living. Mm-hmm. And like now we will celebrate Australia Day with hot dogs and hamburgers, but then we'll also have Christmas, and we'll have our traditions, so we've not forgotten that. Mm-hmm. Our culture and our traditions all come together. Yeah. And in that time I knew Dominic. So I've known Dominic for over 40 years. Mm-hmm. So, it's been good. We've got our circle of friends, and we've got our Aussie friends as well. And, so life has been good.
Mm-hmm. How important is it to combine your cultures, hold on to your traditions as well as learn new ones?
I think it is really, really important to hold on to our traditions, because that's something that my mum did. She always had beautiful Christmas Eve, and so I hold on to that. And we cook the things that Mum cooked, but then we would invite our neighbors, so we'll have our Australian friends with us, we'll have our family with us, and it's a big thing for us. So we try and keep that, and as much as possible try and get the children to see that that's important. Although with the generation gap, things sort of get away from us, but then you sort of try and pull them in. I try and be my mum, let's put it that way. Yeah.
And once you're involved in something, you are kind of involved in it, aren't you? Because
Yeah.
you're a founding member of the Fit 50?
Of course, I am a life member. Yeah.
Do you have any memories of those first couple of classes that you went to?
The first couple of classes, sometimes there might be only like 5 people. Isn't it? The first ones that we had, there will only be a few of us. But then, we still did it. 6, he's showing me 6. But we still did it. We carried on, Dominic never stopped, and that's his nature. So, but apart from doing exercise, he's also a good mentor, because, if I say, oh, this hurts me, he'll come on, let me give you a massage, and he'll go. So, so there's a lot that happens here apart from the running and the jumping, they're friends. Like today, I've met this lady and I've talked to her. I've never seen her before, and I've talked to her, so it's good. So it's, community, I think. Community
How important
building.
is community?
I think it is very, very important, I love building a community, whether it's our own community or the wider community. Like recently we've joined a choir, and it's called the street choir, Spirit of the Street. So it's people with mental issues, and you just go there and it's community. You talk to them, you have a cup of tea, and then after there's a great singing, and then you go to the different places and you sing. And I never knew that I could sing until I went there, and I thought, oh yeah, I've got a voice. It's all right, I never knew I could exercise until I started exercising, because in Singapore we were not into that. I was like into dancing, and doing creative things, but not into running or playing basketball or netball. Never did that in Singapore, but here you've got the opportunity to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You seem like you're a lifelong learner.
Yeah, love it. I never stop thinking. I never stop being passionate about stuff, and about people. I love people. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You've stayed in this area for a long time. Mm-hmm. What is the best thing about it?
The best thing about this area? Well, I think it's very close to everything, and that's why we like the area. Like we've got the bus stop in front of our house, a few minutes away from the train station. We're not far from church, and we've got this community centre. And we've got a beautiful shopping centre. So, I think we've got a lot going on around here. We don't have to go to the south. We don't really have to go into the city, although we do. Like if we want to go to HBF, my husband will say, let's just take the train into the city. I mean, there are other HBF here, but we've got to go into the city, and it's a good outing for us. So it's these things that we do to keep ourselves busy, and we're always busy. And I think because we've slowed down, that we feel like we're always busy. But there's always lots of rest in between the busyness that keeps us going, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. It's a great way to live. Rest busy.
That's right. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love to be doing more swimming, things like that, which I don't do. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know where the pool is here, or maybe in Belga. Right? That's the closest pool to us, I think. The Belga pool. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. Always more things you can be doing.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's good for the body, but, it's just to get there. So I don't think I'll be doing that. Unless somebody says, let's go swimming. I'll say, all right, and I'll just jump in there and go with them.
And will you be doing the fitness class for as long as you can?
For as long as I can, definitely. Because if I stop, I'll be stiff. So I'll just keep going, and I might be get slower and slower. I might have to come with a wheelchair or a walking stick, but I'll still come. I won't stop. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you. That was fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Well done.